Hey, all right. So,
Welcome to Three Things.
welcome to 25 Things. I was watching the draft today, and there was some names came up, and I was like, man, those would be good-ass Star Wars names. And then I thought to myself, couldn't I put together a little drinking game for the 108 crew where I ask them a name, or I give them a name, and I ask them, is it a person from Star Wars, or is it someone who got drafted in the past 3 days? So, if either one of you guys get it right, I'll drink. If you get it wrong, you drink.
Okay.
Let's get this started. All right. So
Let's
first
do it.
up, ooh, nice paper umbrella. I'm doing a little rum and Coke.
I
Nice.
got red wine because it is
Man,
Saturday night and chilling.
We're like Contra with the spreads. We're going to all fields right now.
We're getting it done in all avenues of booze. All right. First
Yeah.
up, Max Rebo.
No, that's my wife. Don't worry about her. Don't worry about that.
Hey, my sock summer, shut the fuck up so I can hear the name.
The first name was Max Rebo.
Max Rebo. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and say Max Rebo is a Star Wars character, and not a football player because I don't think there was anyone named Max in the entire draft.
Man, I think Max Rebo is a starting nose tackle for the Florida State Seminoles.
So Max Rebo is that blue keyboardist with the long nose in Return of the Jedi.
Bullshit.
I'll drink because we've got it right.
Max Rebo.
I drink because I got it wrong, though, too, right?
Yeah, you got to drink too, my sex.
Oh, okay. That's making sure.
Sometimes the giveaway could be a first name that hasn't been used in the last 3 decades, and Max is one of them.
All right.
When's the last time you heard of someone named Max? You don't know any Maxes.
Well, let's
Max
see how you do on this one.
Max
If
Edwards,
you've heard-
yeah, it's from the 80s.
We'll see if you've heard this first name.
Okay.
Figrin Dan.
Figrin Fam?
Dan.
Figrin Dan?
Like Dan Hampton.
The last name is Dan?
It is Dan.
See, it's so
I'll
fucking-
know this is a football player. This person,
I think it's a football player, too.
this person played football.
You're both
Because it
wrong.
seems so fucking ridiculous. We're
This
both
is-
wrong?
This is the guy. This is also a band member, but this is from the original Star Wars, the Cantina guys that just playing little flutes. That's the leader of that band.
It's like I have a feeling they're all Twix. I'm gonna call right now. They're all Twix.
We'll see. We'll see how you guys do. All right. Next up is J.K. Dobbins.
I'll let my sock summer go first.
Fuck you. I mean, it's got there's at some point it's going to be an NFL guy, so I'm just going to keep going NFL until it is NFL.
It is, in fact, an NFL guy. I'm pretty sure I saw this name because I made fun of it because it sounds a little bit like the guy who wrote the Harry Potter books, right?
That's a chick.
It is a woman, J.K. Rowling, I think, right? Yes, it is close. Yes, this is a
Guy,
football
girl,
player.
who cares? I don't.
This
read
is
that
a
shit
football
anyway.
player. Round
You
2
don't
pick.
recognize sex?
Round 2 pick of the Baltimore Ravens.
That's right.
I'll drink on
You're
that.
like an all-gender bathroom.
I'm an all. Yeah, that's
Whatever.
right. I accept all. You know.
All right. Next up, Tanner Muse.
Yeah.
Oh, man. See, I think this is a football player too because I don't think the Star Wars people would use a plain ass name like Tanner.
No. It could be like one of those, like the second part of that whole series, though. The second 3 movies. It could be one of those shitty ones.
Yeah, it might have been because I didn't see them movies. Well,
You
I
know,
did
because
see them,
Jar
right?
Jar, you know, you got Jar Jar Binks. That's kind of plain. Now I'm gonna go with NFL too.
Jar Jar Binks is pretty plain, by the way. So many people named Jar Jar. Tanner Muse is a
Just got
football player.
drafted by
Yes.
You guys are correct. He was drafted in the 3rd round by the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, Teresa, you didn't know this, but there were a couple different Jar Jars on the basketball team in Sterling. That's why my sex summer thinks they're just regular names.
Jar Jar Sanchez and
And R2D2 Rodriguez was also on the basketball team in Sterling.
So are the Raiders supposed to open up this season in Vegas?
yeah.
Okay.
The draft was supposed to be there.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Obviously, it's not. So they got the 2022 draft now. That was announced. Well, Roger Goodell was stumbling all over everything.
Right. I saw that. Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't watched the draft.
All
Do
right.
you think he was just nervous or drunk, Roger Goodell?
Yes.
Okay.
But can you be nervous when you're drunk? I don't think you can.
Yeah,
So I'm going to say just drunk.
you can, you know.
I was drunk when I got married, and I was still nervous.
Yeah, see, I think you could be both.
All right. I'm just thinking about my sock summer at the ceremony just hammered.
No, I wasn't.
All right.
I would have had to pee too much.
Up next, Owen Lars.
What's the last name?
Lars. Like Lars.
Lars. Man. I'm gonna go Star Wars.
I'm also gonna go Star Wars. I'm gonna side with my sock summer.
I feel like it's a brother in one of the Star Wars movies.
It kind of is. It's Darth Vader's brother. So it's the guy who raises Luke.
Okay.
Uncle Owen.
But he's not black.
He's Lars. They stuck with Skywalker for Luke because they were hiding him. Because that's a good way to hide him. Keep him. The most famous name in the galaxy. Keep that instead of Lars. All right. Oh, I got a drink on that one.
Yeah, you do.
I wouldn't want to be a Skywalker either. It's too damn cool.
What if you were Kenny Skywalker?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that guy was dope.
Is he the worst basketball player to ever win the slam dunk competition?
No, D. Brown is.
Yeah, D-Brown was pretty bad. He's pretty
I feel
bad.
like there was a run there where the guys that won the dunk contest didn't even play.
Yeah, they were all just former gang members that were in witness protection, and then they end up winning a slam dunk. That's the way they were trying to hide them. So here, being a slam dunk, and it'll look like you play professional ball, and then they couldn't even dribble or anything. But amazingly, they could have dunked. So
I think D. Brown was just created in a factory by Reebok. I don't think he was actually a real person.
He grew out of a pump.
Yeah, he's basically AI. He was just an AI. They just threw him out there, and it's like he was pump up.
I was actually
nowhere
at a
near
wedding.
as good as AI. But
I was at a wedding with D. Brown. He was sitting right behind me. He's literally my exact height, but he could fly through the fucking sky.
Right.
The way you said that, it made it sound like you went with him.
I would have
you were
voluntarily gone with him. He was better dressed than I was.
All right.
He's got that pump money.
Yeah.
Next up, Kindle Vildor.
I'll let my summer go first.
Brother, I like that too. I'm gonna go Star Wars.
Beef, you know who it is?
It's a hard call though.
So this is confusing me a little bit because there were some jokes on Twitter, and this name and the name. I can't get it right in my head right now. There is like a name that's very close to the guy that the Bears drafted. That people are making jokes about. So I'm going to say this is the player, and that the Star Wars name is a different name.
This is the Bears player. This is the round 5 selection from the Bears. This is the name that I was like, this could be a Star Wars character.
Yeah, it sounded like one.
It's a Lord of the Rings name, not a Star Wars name. But I got my sock summer on it. But you got it right, Beef. So I'll take a drink.
Fucking bitch.
All right. Next up, Din Djarin.
What?
Din Djarin.
Yeah, that sounds like Star Wars to me.
Is it just one? What name?
No, it was 2 names. Din,
What?
the first name.
Din?
Din.
Din Djarin is the name.
Djarin.
Din Djarin?
Djarin.
Summer, pay attention, man.
Spelling bee. He's asking for the origin of the word.
Would you like Chorizy to use it in a sentence?
Din Djarin doesn't play for the Raiders.
Yeah, no. I think that sounds like a Star Wars guy.
All right, you guys both got Star Wars. Good call. That is actually the name of the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah.
P-Flops watched the whole Mandalorian series.
I only watched the first 4 episodes, and when I was like, "Let's watch episode 5," when he was thinking, he's like, "Nah, it wasn't very good." So we didn't get back into it. We said, "Fuck Baby Yoda" collectively. I
guess so. All right. Next up, Cole Kmet.
My second
Cole Kmet.
Yes. I'll email you all these names so you can read them.
Chorizy, you would have been better with just showing a placard and letting my son read it because he's so deaf right now.
He's an NFL player.
He is an NFL player. He was the Bears' first pick in the draft, even though it was the second round. He played at Notre Dame, allegedly. I didn't see him play in college, but
all right. Yeah, that was their first second round pick.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Next up, Trevis Gibson.
Oh, that's NFL. NFL all over that. Travis? Oh, yeah, hell yeah. That's an NFL player right there.
Yep,
That's
NFL.
also a Bears pick. That's round 5 Bears.
Yeah.
But that's really close to the one that I was telling you guys about before. That was like it was very close to a real. Trevor Coleman is the one I was talking about. Is a Star Wars name.
Should have used that one. We would have gotten tripped up.
But you said Trevor, right?
What's up?
You said Trev, the real guy's name, the person in Star Wars is named Trevor?
Trevor with a B.
Oh, Prepper?
With a B instead of a V, motherfucker. Trevor.
Are you saying B or V?
I'm done with this one.
All right, see you guys later.
Are we done?
The next one is Makai Bekhten.
Kai. It's probably NFL, but I'm going to say Star Wars.
I'm going to say it is NFL because I think it's the guy who's like 370 pounds, but he ran like a 5 flat 40 or something like that.
The 11th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah. He's a big boy, man.
Next summer. Next up is Grief Karga.
Grief Karga?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Star Wars. On the Grief Karga.
I'm going to go with Star Wars, too.
He's in The Mandalorian. It's Carl Weathers, by the way.
Nice.
Chubbs Peterson.
All right.
Alligator bit my damn hand, though.
That happens to him in The Mandalorian, too. You should have stayed tuned.
Maybe you would have bit my hand, though.
What's fucking hilarious is it gets awful close to a Chubbs Peterson moment in the Mandalorian, like unbelievably close to the exact same thing.
Excellent.
All right, next up is Dryden Voss.
Dryden. Yes. I feel like, Star Wars. What the fuck?
I'm going to go Star Wars also.
You guys got it. You guys good job on that.
Woo!
Dryden.
Sounds like he could have. It sounds like the Dryden Voss could have a hit cologne or
could.
So the original actor that was supposed to play Dryden Voss is Omar from The Wire.
Oh shit!
It was in Solo, but they did all the reshoots of Solo, and I forget his name. Michael. I forget his last name.
Michael K. Williams, is that it?
I think so. I think it's something like that. He was filming another movie, so he couldn't do it. So they had Bettany in there.
I saw Omar's dick today, so that's funny that you brought that up. This is,
beautiful.
episode 3, episode 2, or episode 3 of season
social
4?
distancing properly.
Oh no, it was on film.
Oh, okay.
When I start The Wire and I see the nudity thing, they're like, "Oh, nudity." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." And then at the first scene, it's like big black dick. I was like, "Great, awesome."
You got what you wanted.
Yeah.
I did, pretty much.
All right. Next up is Jaylen Raid.
Man, see, I almost thought Star Wars, but I think it's a NFL player because the name Jaylen. Rhaegar sounds like a Star Wars name, though.
Man, let's go NFL.
It is NFL. He was the 21st overall pick.
Man, this is a lot harder than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it is harder than I thought.
All right. See if I can throw you guys for a loop here. L'Jarius Sneed.
L'Jarius Sneed?
L'Jarius Sneed.
L'Jarius. NFL.
You know what? I'm going to go NFL too, but I have a feeling Chorizy-E's going to tell us, nope, that was actually Yoda's actual name. And then and I'll be like, fuck.
It's NFL. It's round 4 to the Chiefs.
Okay.
The love gives it away.
I don't know. I think there's a couple names like this in Star Wars. I should have found one that was really close to that. All right, next up is Bren Derlin.
That's Star Wars.
Yeah, I'll go Star Wars also.
That's the chick, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
But Bren Derlin, you know the actor because it's Cheers' own John Ratzenberger.
Oh yeah.
He looks glorious in it too.
John Ratzenberger.
I think it's Empire Strikes Back. I think that's the one he's in.
Okay.
Is that a Vader tiki mug?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I got a bunch of them. I got
I remember the Yoda. You got a Yoda, right?
I got a Yoda. I got a Chewbacca, I think, and a Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Boba Fett and Jango Fett are not on this list. I thought you might actually know who those guys are.
Yeah, I do know who those guys are.
All right, next up.
They're not on here because they were in the NFL and they were in Star Wars, so you can't mix them if they were in both.
Those were the ones I was talking about where it could have been either. All right, Natane Muti.
I don't even. That's Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Star Wars also.
He was drafted by the Denver Broncos.
What the fuck is this guy?
John always drafting people in Star Wars now. What the fuck?
I almost drank on that.
Just wander.
So used to it.
Oh,
Ah, that wine tastes
I
good.
think he's Samoan. I don't know. I think there was a
little turly.
Samoan or Hawaiian. I don't know. All right. Next up, Lux Bonteri.
Very man. That sounds like a punter. So I'm gonna go NFL.
yeah. Your brother's better at this than me, though.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna say it. Star Wars. Makes sense.
Cheers.
It's a catchy name. I like the name. All right.
Actually, that could be the alter ego of Ultimate Fan Man or whatever the fuck that character you were trying to create my sex summer.
Oh, way to let the cat out of the bag.
Well, you've written one article, and it was like 8 months
A
ago.
rational fan, man.
Spoiler alert to be over, you know.
All right, next up,
What a dick.
REO Durant.
Man, REO Durant. This might be Kevin Durant's little brother. I'm going to go NFL.
Yeah, I think it's NFL too, but yeah, NFL.
It is Star Wars,
We're not doing well now.
voiced by Jon Favreau.
No.
Really? Oh, is that cartoon?
No, it's a CGI character in Solo.
I recently watched the Sopranos episode that Jon Favreau's in. And normally I like Jon Favreau on screen, but he's not good playing himself, I don't think.
Oh, he plays himself in that?
Yeah, he plays himself in an episode of Sopranos, and where he's basically trying to steal ideas from Chris Malpasanti.
Oh, it's when he's trying to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Chrissy ends up sleeping with his cousin's girlfriend and all that shit. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jyn Erso.
Jyn Erso. I mean, to me, that sounds like Star Wars.
It does sound like Star Wars. Yeah, fuck it. Star Wars.
Correct.
Yes.
The main character in Rogue One, who's also a woman.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next up, Armitage Hux.
Armitage Hux?
Hux.
That's NFL.
I'm going to go with my sock summer. I'll say NFL here.
It is the one of the bad guys in all the new Star Wars movies.
I don't know nothing.
I won't think again. I assumed you would get that one.
You should pat yourself on the back for such a good one. That's what you're drinking.
That's what I was drinking for. I'm just drinking after everyone, just so my throat doesn't dry up. And
You don't want that.
All right. Next up, Ezra Cleveland.
That's a football player.
Star Wars.
It is a football player.
Minnesota
Viking.
Ezra.
That's who Lizzo's singing about.
The Vikings or Ezra Cleveland?
Well, Minnesota Vikings, yeah. Truth hurts, motherfucker.
I have no idea what that guy plays, but he was drafted in the second round, so he's got to be okay at whatever he does.
Okay, it's something.
Next up, Bail Organa.
That's Star Wars. Bail Organa, Star Wars.
Yeah. Star Wars.
That is correct. That is Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smits. I've seen whatever he's in. He doesn't wear any. He just looks like himself, right? He doesn't wear any makeup in it.
He's actually the one that takes Leia. So Leia Organa. He's the stepdad.
Okay, got it.
Leia Organa?
Yeah, that's her name.
That's her last name?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I always thought it was Leia Skywalker.
It would have been had things not gone wrong.
For a second there, I thought my sex owner was going to say, that's weird because there's a porn star that has the exact same name. That's totally what I was expecting you were going there with that.
No, let's go.
All right. Next up, Cash Maluia.
If Chorizy can barely read the names, I assume they're Star Wars, so I'm going to go Star Wars for this one.
I'm going to go NFL.
My sock summer, you are correct. Man is a patriot as of today.
Fucking Bill Belichick, god damn it.
Is he a quarterback? Because they need one, I hear.
No, I think he's a linebacker.
Who are they going to have for a quarterback?
I don't know.
The next guy.
Are they going to bring back Drew Bledsoe?
Some guy you never heard of is going to become good.
They signed Matt Castle.
Yeah, right.
All right. Next one is Wicket Warwick.
Warren. See, that sounds familiar. I'm going to say Star Wars.
I will also go Star Wars.
That is correct. It is the Ewok that Warwick Davis played.
Yeah, see?
And this is the last one. This is very easy, but I'm giving it to you, Pat, just because I was floored by the fact that this character has a middle initial. Salacious B. Crumb.
That is Star Wars. One of my favorite little Star Wars guys.
I was going through the names and I was like, why does this guy have a middle initial?
It's important that the court jester for Jabba the Hutt has a middle initial. It's got a,
That's who it is, that little frog fucker?
That little lizard thing.
Yeah, the little thing's laughing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I always liked that its name was Salacious. Right? Like, that was always good with me. The fact that there's a middle initial involved now, it just has my mind reeling. Like, I want to know what his middle name is so bad. I'm gonna storm the Lucas compound to find out what Salacious Crumb's full middle name is.
Salacious Crumb.
Into George Lucas's DMs right now. Figure it out.
Salacious B. Crumb.
That's all I got, guys. But
there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing up here.
You guys did very well. You guys did very well on that. I was surprised. I thought I'd get a few more past you. I think there are some of these guys that should become Star Wars characters.
There's a lot of potential in the name group for sure.
I really feel like the writing group for Lucasfilm should be like, or Disney or whoever fuck owns it now, should be all over the NFL draft just looking for names.
Yeah, there's a lot of unique names out there. You got some new shit,
No one knows for sure what the B stands for, but one of them says that it could be body. BAWDY.
Salacious Body.
Yeah.
Like Body George.
Because it says that it should be noted that Jabba gives Salacious his name, Salacious Crumb, literally translating as tempting morsel. So maybe the B stands for body, as he is a salacious and body morsel.
That explanation doesn't help at all.
But I love it. I think it's accurate.
That's from the Star Wars wiki. I don't know if my 316 helped support that too, but maybe.
You need to re-up your donation just to make sure that it covers some of that too.
What'd you put in your hat?
The cork.
Oh, I thought you had like a spliff.
Your hat would go really well with a spliff.
Hey, the one thing that I don't like about the edibles is that if you don't plan ahead, like you can't just take one, right? Like you have to like take it to be ready in like an hour, an hour and a half or something. So like after dinner, like I'm like, oh, I could take, and then I'm like, no, because then I'm just gonna go to bed, or whatever. You want to feel it. So like I have to plan it out, and now it's like now it's becoming confusing sometimes. Like I just gotta start popping these things right after lunch. I don't know.
Just wake up and take them. Fuck it.
I do. I take a very low dose in the morning.
Okay.
I get it, my sock summer. How could we ever think you could possibly plan an hour in advance?
Especially a guy taking care of kids all day. Like he's got to plan out and schedule meals and all this stuff. It's like, fuck, I can't even plan my edible.
With all the things
I got to set an alarm on my phone
do right now, I have no idea how you could schedule anything at this point.
I want you to cancel Little Miss Shortstop's 2:00 with Thomas the Train, and that's when you take your edible. Okay, that's what. Lock it into the calendar right now. You know.
Ain't no Thomas the Train over here. Come on. Like there's like some girl train maybe, but we don't watch no Thomas the Train.
All right, whatever.
I really want some footage of you after like 6 or 7 edibles. I think that's plan that out.
I don't want. Listen, I can tell it's working because I'm less inclined to be very angry, so that helps. It helps a lot.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Generally, that.
No.
Are you like punching through the walls? Otherwise, like what's going on, man?
I mean, I'll tell you, some days it is not very fun. It can be very, very frustrating, especially say your just turned 2-year-old daughter is like, I want some Cheerios. So you pour her a bowl of Cheerios, and then within 13 seconds, she throws the Cheerios all over the floor. And then you got to clean that up, and she hasn't even eaten anything yet. So then you got to get her more food and hope she doesn't throw it on the floor while you're cleaning up the stuff on the floor. To be honest,
when you're all big,
yes.
She turns to her sister. Watch what I make Dad do here.
Because one of them will definitely May will start laughing, and then so she'll laugh and think it's funny, so she just keeps doing it.
Sounds like all of us.
I gotta tell you, I think
the 2-year-old was like, after she had a huge ass piece of cake that the wife got her, she goes, after she finished it, she's like, treat? And we're like, no, you just had a treat. She's like, cookie. And we're like, no cookie, you just had a cake. That's a treat. And she's like, no, treat. I'm like, no.
All right.
She had a ton of veggies too, so good for her.
All right. Well, we'll end it on eating veggies because we definitely are not a group that looks to do that very often. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for checking this out. Later, guys.
Peace.